Whew, 28. 28 years of life. Crazy. I didn't think I'd get this far. I didn't even think I'd get past 16. For all intensive purposes, that was a joke. I apologize, but this, I rarely do these type of videos. Welcome back to the channel. This is World Pass. Welcome back to my world, and in my world, I am 28. I just turned 28 today. And honestly, I could feel it creeping closer when I had turned 27. I was like, damn, the years are gonna go by me. I feel like every year since I turned 24 has been a blur. I literally went from 24 to 28. That's a whole 4 years, bro. That's a whole high school progression. That's a whole for some even a whole college progression. And again, I usually don't do this, but I thought I'd talk a little bit since I usually don't really speak out about my feelings. Usually because when I do feel certain ways, feel certain things, I can usually either handle it by myself, talk to people about it. But for the most part, it really takes a lot of I would have to really, really be feeling emotional for me to come on here and talk about it. Because for the most part, I usually let it go. After one day or a few moments, I'm like, it wasn't even that serious. But 28 years of life. We pushing 30 officially. I don't know if I didn't count 27 as pushing 30. 28 though, we are for sure officially pushing 30. I'm gonna be that 30-year-old, 40-year-old still wearing anime shirts. I don't care. You could call it what you want. Bro, all your favorite content creators that have been in the game on YouTube forever, they still wear graphic tees. Anime tees gonna be no different. This is me. So yeah, that's if anybody ever wondered, I doubt it, but I am gonna be that 30, 40, 50-year-old wearing anime t-shirts. Ripping till I die. Put me in a casket with my favorite Naruto t-shirt. But I'm very blessed to have the people I have in my life currently. Past year, again, I say this every year, is I try to take every year and live it to my fullest, live it to be memorable. Every year since I've had that thought, since middle school, I'm like, yo, time really flies. I need to be proud of every year I live out. I need to, regardless of the struggles or the failures, the bad times, the lows, we're gonna live throughout every year, keep it pushing, take everything on the chin, and just make sure we have hella memories to to look back on when we're older. And I'm already on the cusp of getting older, so there's gonna be a lot of looking back we're gonna have to do, because I've done a lot, and that's just me talking, seeing from my perspective what I've done. If you're from the outside or you don't even know me like that, you're probably like, bro, what have you really done? Actually, we've traveled, we've loved, we've lost, and in terms of loss, I mean friendships, people we used to mess with. We've traveled again and again and again. We've done a lot of new things we had never done before. We looked into the unknown, and we've done so many wonderful things. One of them being this content creation journey, me being here on YouTube, me even starting Twitch, putting myself out there initially. After I kind of fault myself, not really, but it's damn, where would I have been if I had started content creation maybe 2 or 3 years earlier, but I don't regret it, because things happen for a reason. The way things go about are the way they were meant for you to, everything leads here. So I'm not mad at where I'm at. I'm actually very proud of where I'm at. I'm very grateful for where I'm at. And if that's my feeling now, then why would I go back and be like, wish I could have done this differently? Though everybody would have wanted to stream and do content during COVID so they could blow up. I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm very grateful, despite all the things I don't have. I look at what I do have, and though I may not show it all the time, I look at it and I'm very grateful. I'm very proud. This year has taught me a lot of things about myself, and I don't really know if people really know how aging affects you. And it's not even on like some actual physical, like, oh, my back's hurting, my knees hurting. No, it starts to affect you mentally in a positive manner. Like, I can slowly start to feel like I'm outgrowing a lot of things, outgrowing a lot of people, outgrowing a lot of circumstances. Um, and one of the biggest, traits, or one of the biggest, results of this is me officially, or not officially, but pretty soon I'm gonna officially be moving out for the first time. 28 moving out for the first time. Whoa, yes, it's 2026. Trump is running this country. Look at I mean, I go down that path. Hey, but it's really tough out here. It's not like when our parents were, doing all their stuff. But I think that also aligns with how you want to be as a person. If you wanted to go all in and work and raise a family and do all that right out of college, by all means, you probably have more done than I have, But me looking at how I am as a person and how I've grown and how I want to live my life, I'm very, very grateful and proud to where I'm at. Going back to where to outgrowing things, outgrowing people, it's inevitable, right? But it's been happening. I would say it's happened more frequently in my 20s than it has when I was younger. The later half of the 20s, I should say, and I think that comes with a lot of pluses, a lot of good things, a lot of reflection. You just look back at some of these things and you're like, bro, I don't want to do that. So it's like, I feel like I can't really even like go out and do after parties anymore after conventions. Like, I can, right? But like around midnight, I'm like, damn, my bed would hit really nice right about now. And some people it's even earlier, some people it's even later, but it's just like, that's one of those things where I'm like, I can see where my mentality is shifting. Like, yo, I want to be in bed at a certain time. I'm already drained. Like, I used to have way more energy. And that just, changes in priority. All these factors go into that. Outgrowing people, I'm never going to water myself down, dumb myself down, or do anything to fit anyone's mold of what they'd want me to be, or what they'd hoped I'd be, whatever they viewed me as, before they either did me dirty or we had a disconnect or whatever. But I think most of the time what leads to losing people, losing friendships, not having people in your life anymore is the fact that you outgrow them. Me personally, I'm never going to water myself down. I'm always going to stand 10 toes on what I believe in. I'm always going to be myself. I'm never going to switch up. I'm never going to fake being somebody just for your liking. Like, I'm going to stand 10 toes on what I believe in. And just however I am, I'm going to fit in my own mold, because I'm so comfortable in my own skin, in my own mold, in my own system, my own circumstance. I've made this for myself. I've crafted it. Why would I do anything to change for anybody else, unless it's myself? So a lot of times you don't see eye to eye with people. Sometimes it's threatening to people, when you're so comfortable with yourself, when you're so like, bro, I it's like confidence. Confidence, it's comfort. It's, I'm proud of what I've built. I know who I am. I'm this old. I know who I am. I'm still working on myself every day, but I'm at a point where I'm not going to do anything for anyone's comfort, or, maybe I'll reach out. Hey, maybe I said something wrong, stuff like that. If that's not reciprocated, bye. See ya. I know who I am. I know what I do. I know deep down that I care a lot more deeply than some people do. Maybe the way other people care is different than what you've seen, what you've heard. It's all just comes down to, I'm never going to change who I am for somebody, or for somebody to stay in my life. If you don't like what I do, how I do things, what I believe, how I handle things, you can go. You're free to go. And I think I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm done feeling super hurt when people leave. I need to start holding that door open. Like, hey, I welcomed you in here. You're more than welcome to leave. Because I'm not going to change whatever I do. I'm not going to change myself. I'm not going to change my heart. Because I know the type of person I am, and I trust that fully. And I know how I see the world. I've accepted anybody who sees the world a certain way into my community, into my spaces. So if you can't do the same for me, there's the door. Door's over there. You can leave. And that's kind of where I'm at. Like, it doesn't mean it's not gonna hurt when people who I thought were close to me are leave. You know, I'm sure we've all kind of gone through that. Um, but at the same time, it gets easier every time because I look at the people who leave and then I glance at the people who have stayed and I'm like, I appreciate them more. I appreciate them more. It also makes me happy because I'm like, I don't feel like I'm for everybody. I think that's the best feeling ever, to realize that you're not for everybody. Like, if you look at a lot of the most successful people of all time, they always have some of the highest controversies ever. You know why? Because a lot of people want to be up there. A lot of people are jealous. And I'm saying this not as someone who feels like they're successful, but someone who's grateful to be in the position that they're in, and is grateful for the opportunity to continue to grow and be successful. Like LeBron, hella haters. Michael Jackson, they stay talking about Michael Jackson and all the like they stay trying to diminish his greatness with all the whatever controversies they want to throw out there. Whether it was, I don't want to get too specific and into it because, you know, a lot of those topics, it's another branch, you know. Some of the greatest players in sports always get criticized. It's people's jobs literally to criticize them. Twitter, they be talking hella trash about anybody that is on their scope, on their radar. If you're on the radar, that's saying enough, doesn't it? You know, minus exceptions like president of. Y'all know where I'm going with that, right? I don't need to finish it. I already mentioned his name once this video. Freak. But I say all that to say I've kind of started to realize that I'm growing out of a lot of the spaces that I've become accustomed to. And I think it's a good thing. I think it happens naturally. When I first started being online a lot more often, when I first realized Discord was a thing, when I first went into and joined my first community, I met a lot of great people, a lot of cool people, and then over time I was just like, this ain't for me anymore. You know, and a lot of people you have to leave behind because a lot of people don't change. They stay the same. They're comfortable in their own space. They're very close-minded, and that's just not how I am. You'll meet a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there. You're gonna meet a lot of people that are close-minded, and it's just I'm one of the most understanding, open-minded people you'll meet, but that doesn't mean I'm ever gonna change who I am. I'll hear you out. I'll understand you. I'll even, you know, try to console you or say what I need to say if you want advice, stuff like that, you know. But I'm never gonna change who I am at the very core. And once I feel that getting threatened, that's when I start to have a problem. That's when I'm like, nah, now we're butting heads. I ain't afraid to butt heads. I'm not afraid to challenge you. I'm not afraid to challenge myself. I'm not afraid for you to challenge me. Is that my ID in the back? Nobody scan that. Nobody zoom in and, oh my gosh, don't do that. I'm not afraid to protect what I built for myself. I'm not afraid to protect myself because I know I can give myself the love that nobody else can besides the man above, God Almighty, you know? And, you know, shout out to the people around me. I don't really keep around yes men like that, right? You know, I kind of pride myself on being close with a lot of people who will tell me if I'm ever wrong, who will tell me what's reality, you know, what I need to hear, but they won't, you know, they'll still, you can do that and do it in an uplifting way, right? So there's just a lot of things that I've had on my mind. You probably are so confused as to what even this video is about. Like, bro, what's he just talking about? I'm literally just talking, no script, no nothing. My phone right here. It's you and me right now. We're making eye contact. But I kind of just want to reminisce on the year I've had, and I really don't get to do that enough. I really don't do it enough. But it's also because I'm a very tunnel vision kind of person, not in a bad way, but it's like when I'm focused on doing something, that's all that's on my mind. Like, I don't, maybe it can be bad. Like, I do need to stop and smell the flowers every now and then, but whenever I have issues with my mind, I just chug forward. I'm like, we gotta get there. We gotta get to our next goal. We gotta get to our next, you know, feat. You know, I'm just mining away. And, you know, that's no fault to people who stop and have a lot of like mental health checks and stuff like that. That's beautiful. That's awesome. But sometimes, or a lot of the times, I kind of just observe, I reflect, and then I keep pushing forward. Because I think that's kind of how I like to treat life. I like to just keep pushing forward no matter what hits me, because I know there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe not the light, but a light at the end of the tunnel, you know? Like, you know, maybe my girlfriend visiting. Oh, I gotta make it till my girlfriend visits. Maybe going to DreamCon. Oh, I gotta make it until DreamCon happens. Maybe even just something small like, oh, I'm really excited for this new game to release, or oh, I'm really, really happy that this new movie's about to come out. I'm excited. Oh, I'm gonna have a lot of free time to make my manga. You know, it's just, it doesn't even have to be grand. It doesn't even have to be crazy. But, you know, I guess I haven't said enough to where y'all know how I think. This is probably that kind of video for y'all. I stand on my beliefs. I stand on a lot of what makes me a person at my core, like makes me myself. And if you ever threaten that, I'm not gonna take it lightly. Again, I'm chill and nice until you provoke the wrong parts, and I'm like, all right, now we got an issue. Now I gotta defend myself, you know. And I feel like that has nothing to do with ego. That has everything to do with protecting who I am. So, this year has kind of resulted in even me making this video, you know, the growth of me being able to like sit down and think about a lot of these things that plague my mind that I usually just brush off just so I can like, you know, keep going. But it doesn't hurt to stop every now and then. I feel like my birthday, probably a really good checkpoint. I don't even need to list a lot of the few things I feel like I've accomplished. A lot of y'all have already seen it, and a lot of y'all always remind me of it, which it brings a smile to my face. But y'all are the biggest reason why I can keep chugging along, keep pushing, keep going forward. Because, you know, I love this content stuff. I love it to death. I love every aspect of it, even if I struggle. It's nice to know that I'll have content to look back on myself when I'm older and I can't keep doing, like, when I can't do content anymore. Like, oh, those 5 gaming series on my gaming channel that I'm a little sad nobody's like really seeing like that, like nobody's viewing it. Me myself, I'll be able to go back and watch those and be like, damn, that game was fire, or damn, I can show this to my kids when I experience this game. Like, I can show this to my homies, like maybe they didn't realize I played this game. All that. And I got hella content like that, bro. Hella content from when I streamed on Twitch. It's been like 4 or 5 years since I started my streaming journey. Isn't that crazy? And look at how far we've come from getting noticed to by big creators, from having so many opportunities to network with the dopest people alive, other creators as well. There's just so many reasons to be thankful and blessed. And I do wish a lot of people saw the world how I saw it. Not in a threatening way to their personality or who they are, but just like as a good pick-me-up, because I feel like the better you see life for like how you want it to be, I think the better you'll be living, no matter what circumstance you're in, you know. And I give all that, my mindset, my personality, all of that, give it to God. I give it to my parents. Like they're the reason I'm like this. I give it to Naruto. Y'all think I play about this anime stuff. Naruto legitimately is probably one of the most important shows I've ever watched in my life. I just wanted to mold myself to be exactly like him. And of course, not in no cheesy way, like, believe it! Like, no, like, literally just not giving up, continuing to press forth, and just knowing that it'll be okay, that there's phases where you'll be down, phases where you'll be up. And that even if you're underestimated, even if nobody's really looking at you, you can make a splash. You can make a splash, just like he did throughout the entire show. And he became the most important person. Obviously, the show's name is Naruto, but we all have that opportunity to become the most important person in the room, in a space, even if it's just for like 15 seconds. And I think that's all I need, is that temporary bliss, because if you can achieve it once, you can achieve it again and again and again, and then you start to strive for moments like that. And I need to not get lost in that to where I don't stop and smell the flowers and realize what I have. I have a great circle around me, great friends, and they've encouraged my growth, they've helped me grow, and I try to return it back as much as I can. I'm a very passionate friend, very passionate person. If you ever feel like I'm super frustrated, it's because I just want the best for everyone involved. I want the best for me. I want the best for you. And sometimes it comes out in frustration, because it's just like sometimes I don't have any control over what I can do, and it hurts to see people have control over what they can do and for them not really seize that opportunity, you know? So again, this is just a video to yap a good 20 minutes out of your time. Thank you for listening if you made it this far. But I just want to say thank you. You know, 28 years of age, I become more mature, I become wiser, whatever that definition is to any of y'all. And it's just gonna come with a lot of changes, and you know, I'm not gonna apologize for any of it. Of course, I'll be welcome to the people calling me out if these changes are bad, if I have any changes that are bad. But for the most part, I feel like we're doing well. We're doing great. We're doing good. And we're always going to be on our way. We're always going to be on the path that we're meant to be on, as long as we align ourselves with what we're supposed to do, what we're supposed to be. So again, this is all thanks to y'all. Thank you so much for everybody who supported the channel, supported my streaming, supported my socials, and I'm gonna keep pushing. This year I'm trying to make myself appealing to sponsorships, have more spaces where I can meet new content creators, have more opportunities to be sponsored or be seen on platforms. I'm trying to do it all, you know? I'm trying to do all that I can, as much as I can, with the power and energy that I have, and y'all give me that extra battery pack all the time. So much love to y'all. Thank you so much. If you've wished me happy birthday, thank you again for doing that. And I'm officially pushing 30, y'all. So I'll see y'all around on the channel. Main channel, always going to be reacting to anime from now till, you know, further notice. Barring anything unexpected. And the gaming channel will continue as well. If y'all don't know, I do have a gaming channel, and if you're not interested, it's fine. I'll be able to show my kids in the future what I played, how I played it, my reactions to it. I think that's just a really cool thing to think about too. Is like, your content isn't just for you and your viewers, it's for you and your future and your family. Like, bro, that's timeless. Nobody's ever gonna know my login. My videos are gonna be on the internet forever until YouTube shuts down. Like, y'all not getting my password. Nobody's gonna go in and delete my videos. That's here forever. This is here forever. So keep in mind, this is a legacy we're creating here on YouTube, and y'all are part of this. Y'all are part of my world, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And thank you for all the new people to come, because we got a lot of work to do, and I'm excited to get to that point. But for now, I'm gonna smell the roses. I'm gonna smell the flowers. I'm gonna appreciate where I'm at, and I'm gonna appreciate all the people who are here with me. So again, thank you, God, for another year of living. This has been World Pass. Remember to drink enough water, eat enough, get enough rest, take care of personal hygiene. We can now be the best version of ourselves, spread our positive energy throughout the world without first taking care of ourselves. I'll see y'all soon. This has been World Pass, and I'm a peace out. 二度とない捨てるなんてバカみたい無邪気になってイメージきっとそれ